I knew I was not crazy and that generic Adderall was not working because why am I negative on a drug test with the generic Adderall? I was going through my medical records and I had a different doctor at the time and they required drug testing if you're on a controlled substance dumb. But you can see that I was negative for amphetamines, despite the fact that down here you can see that I was at the time taking the generic Adderall for narcolepsy. There's another date, negative. I actually took one of the pills in front of my provider to show her, and then I took another drug test and it came back negative. And it's not like I was on a low dose, 20 milligrams, 2 times a day, so 40 milligrams. So after I took the medicine in front of the doctor and then did another test, and she saw that it still came back negative, we decided to switch over to like a name brand, and then I was positive for amphetamines. I've seen people talk about this. I've seen people say that they have had negative drug tests, but if anyone does in fact have medical documentation of this, I looked it up. There have been no class action lawsuits filed. I think if that's something people wanted to do, if they have medical documentation that they were showing up negative while being on some of these generic medications, best next step would be to go in the pharmacy records and see which generic manufacturer was dispensed at the time of the negative result and see if there's a correlation. Because at that point, yeah, absolutely we could do a class action lawsuit against that pharmaceutical company. To my knowledge, I mean, unless there's some kind of weird, most of these drug manufacturers are not United States based, so I don't know if there's some kind of red tape regarding going after a specific manufacturer, especially if they're not on US soil. That's something I would have to look into. But yeah, let me know if anybody else has these results on paper, because that'd be something real interesting to look into, because I know people have been complaining about this for a long time, and I can tell you that now that I've been switched over to name brand, I don't have any issues with the efficacy of the medications.